Alright, hello, greetings everyone, welcome back. Zany, hello. Bread as well, welcome, as always, stunning to have you guys here. Oh man, what a day it has been so far. As you can tell, I am once again running the test model this time around. So, last time I was using this, we were building 3D stuff while running the 3D model and it crashed my computer. So we're going to be doing another stress test today to see how well it holds up against my actual software that I use 90% of the time rather than Blender, which is not quite so frequently used. And hopefully we will not crash things. Hopefully, we'll see. But yes, it is lovely to be here. Zany, we are going to be working on your sketch commission today, and it is going to be a fun one, I think. For anyone who is new or in the VOD squad or lurking, my name is Harrier Citadel, Avian Alien Sentinel VTuber. This is not my normal look, and this is hopefully going to be somewhat entertaining. This is my day job, so if you see something that tickles your fancy, please consider checking out the link in the top left corner of the screen for my art commissions, and also please just bear in mind that I'm not going to be playing any music today, so feel free to play your own to fill in any dead air. Because I can go into hyperfocus mode, and if chat doesn't scroll, then I forget to look up at it. Are triggered by movement. So yes, we are going to be jumping straight in, and we have got a pre-approved sketch down, so like base layer, just basic construction in place so far. So we are now going to be building on and expanding on this and getting it up to where we want it to be. So yay, it's going to be pretty chill. I'm just going to switch on my own music so that I'm not sitting in abject silence again on my side. There we go. A little quieter, there we go. And now we can get right in. Let me just go over here and just reset my position because it keeps on wanting to turn me to the side with this model. All right, so first things first, we're going to make sure that we are let's start by choosing a color to add in some extra detail with and collapse that a little bit. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to just grab that sketch brush again, and we are going to just go into our outfit and start filling that information in, so that we don't have to think too hard when we go into the inking side. So this looks like it's the sort of thing where the shoulder seam would be draped off a little bit. I'll mostly be lurking, but if you need me, just holler. Will do, will do. I appreciate the lurk. So this looks like the sort of thing where if there's a shoulder seam, it'll be off quite a ways. And how big is that sleeve cuff? Something like that should do the trick. Okay. Then on this side, that'll also be fairly loose. Something like that. All right, and then we've got a pretty low base layer. Okay, that'll do. Note to self, the head angle on this reading is really low. When I use my actual model, I'll definitely need to get help tweaking that to make sure that when I head down, it doesn't look like I'm completely looking down, because in actual fact, my head is pretty upright. So it's compensating quite a bit in the software. Quite a lot more than I'd like it to. How far down does that go? That'll be till approximately that level. Okay, and on the other side, same story. Up here, that's gonna sit like that. Little bit of bunching over here. There we go. How loose are these pants? And on this side, that's going to be like that. All right. I think that sorts it for our clothing pass. Let's just lock this and put this also in our that color. Okay. And let us now go into do I have a 3D model of a table and chair. I'm just checking, because if so, then I'll just be able to have a slightly more uniform. I don't have anything already downloaded. Never mind. It's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm then going to add another layer here. And actually, I'm going to make that a vector layer. Grab around. All right. Add some perspective to this. Okay, let's just see. Take that, duplicate it, pull it down like that. Cool. And erase the one side. Yes. No. Before doing that, make sure that that lines up like so. Yes. Now we erase that bit. Now we duplicate this. Come in here and we go scale down. No. Let's go move this one close in like that. Delete control point there and there. Move control point there. All right. And here. Something like that ought to do the trick, yes. Okay. Hide the roughs. There we go. No, that's too thick. I'm not going to be too rigid about this because there are chairs that have a more organic shape to make them more comfortable to sit in, so... I'm not too worried about that being perfectly straight and so on. Okay, now we've got the table in place, so now I'm going to hide it and just focus on body layers. Okay. And then... I will worry more about the underside of that arm when I've got the table visible again. There we are. Clean up that little mistake. And get rid of these temporary constructions. I'm not happy with how thick that pink is. Phoenix, I have come to steal cookies. Oh no! Cookie thief! Cookie thief! No! How are you doing, Phoenix? Cookie thief. I'm doing good, but behind on school. Oh no. Oof. I wish you well in catching up, because that's a tricky position to be in. I will binge YouTube and hope it solves itself. As a non-academic, I reserve the right to not comment. I reserve the right to not comment as a non-academic. Oof. Okay, I'm just going to take our wraps and make them a little bit less opaque so that I can see what I've actually done a little bit more clearly. But I think it's time for a sip of coffee. So, everyone, acquire your nearest safe consumption beverage and take a sip. Hot. Hot, hot, hot. But it is absolutely frigid today, so that's fine. There's always a cold snap at the beginning of spring. In my part of the world, it's really, 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 really cold. Like, I don't even think in the deepest part of winter it was this cold. Was it? Like, maybe for 2 hours on a Tuesday. A given week, but not, it wasn't like this. You know what's the other reason why it's cold? It's because it's wet. It's been raining. And with the rain, the cold just feels all that much colder. Right, let me just doubly check that I am in fact interpreting this right. It is indeed, or is that just a coloring error? It looks like it might just be a coloring error. Okay, ignore that then. All right. That'll do. Okay, then. Let's just show that again and make sure. Okay. Right. So I don't need to go into much further detail. Okay. Roughs off. So that's the majority pretty much there. Now I'm going to just add another inks layer, and that's going to be for the arm here. And then I will hide that. Hide the detail. And hide the body. There we go. Now this is actually going to pull in such a way that the tendon is going to be quite visible over here. On that divot. And I'm just gonna rotate that for a second. Okay. There we go. Want a little bit of squeeze into the fingertip there. Where the skin is actually connecting with the Lego brick he's holding. Which I will refine afterwards. So now we've got to do rotate canvas, or flip canvas rather. Okay. And yeah. Let me see now. Yeah, if I do connections, this should go away. That should go away. And on this side, that should go away. And transfer down. Call this one eyes because I want to do those on a separate layer altogether. Alright, and on this side. I'm just going to rough the top lid in, but I'm not going to go any further than that for a minute. And then we're gonna go here. Gonna hide the eyes for a second, gonna hide the body for a second. I'm gonna try and keep this fairly loose. There we go. There we are. Now let me just confirm here. Is that only one braid or are there two? It looks like it's only the one, I think. It looks like it's only the one. There we go. All right, length check. All right, there we go. Almost got it with the hair. Okay, I think we're there with the hair. Let's see. Clean this up a little. What is happening here? Alright, let's hide the roughs for a second. Let's see where are my errors. That worked. Okay. I was stupid and didn't clean this up before merging those two. Okay, now, ouch, 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 legs, eek, reposition. Save button seems like it ought to be in order. There we go. Okay. Now we can show our table and hide everything else. And let's grab everything in here. And our quick lasso. And let's just mark this out, or mask this out. There we go. Then on over here, we're going to also apply a mask. Hide the table. There we go. And here we're going to grab those two. Now that's an error on the mask side, it looks like. Yep. Okay. And let's go here. Mask out that. Mask out that. right. So, save button. That's the easy part. That's the easy part. Now, rasterize and grab that. It has been so many years since I have built Lego that I cannot remember what the guidebooks look like on the inside, really. But I remember them being quite involved. There we go. Save button. And now I need to go over here. Open the logo set reference. There we go. Now, to figure out how to draw this. Yeah. Take those out. Actually, no, this is not the right piece to be struggling with. What looks more like something that would have an interesting time of figuring out the shoulder snaps. Shoulders? thigh. Or chest. This is definitely the tricky part. Okay, so let's go with shoulder, I think. Tricksy, tricksy, tricksy. Let's go with something like that. Over here again. And let's add a new layer, because otherwise I'm going to get so lost. So now we go with implied detail, because there is no ways I'm going to try and figure out what blocks of Lego would make up that reference. There is no ways I'm going to try and figure that out myself. So now we imply. I'm assuming that's probably actual chain links because those look like they will be flexible. There we go. And now on the side, we're going to have a sort of a half bolt up torso thing. I honestly have no idea how that actually works, but that will probably give the idea-ish. It looks a little bit like a funky motorcycle at the moment, but that's fine. And let's make this pile significantly larger. Okay, let's hide our roughs. And save button and coffee. I think it's time for a hydrate now, so everyone acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverage and take a sip. Whew. Brush. Okay. I am happy with that. That is, I think, a significant or a sufficient level of detail on the Lego to give the idea of what it is. Okay, let's add some hatching to some places. There we go. Lego has gotten an awful lot more complicated since I last built. Like a lot more complicated since I last built any. Granted, I think that was probably, what, quite close to 20 years ago when I last built Lego. That's full-fledged model kits now. I remember when I was small, my brother and I had the oversized blocks as well as one of two of the smaller kits. Supply all of those. We don't need them anymore. Yeah, it's kind of wild to see the $20 kits from 20 years ago compared to the $100+ full model kits you get now. Yeah. I think the last Lego kit that I got as a kid was probably about the size of a mouse. Like, it was like desktop mouse size. I think it was supposed to be some or other aquatic sort of a thing. I can't remember. But do they even make just like default sets that are, you know, just your normal rectangle bricks that you are not necessarily part of a model? Because I can't even tell. As much as I want to get this set IRL, it's $140, so it'll be a bit. Oh wow, that is. Oof. That is a dedicated model builders set of Lego. Wow. Yeah, that is not going to be a casual build. That is not a casual build. 150? Oh, it got worse. Lovely. Lovely. It got worse. Yeah. Nah. It's kind of ridiculous nowadays, honestly. Like, seriously, do they even make just default sets like 6s, 4s, and the little flattens? Do they even make that anymore? Or you just gotta get models, and if you want plain bricks, you gotta hoard a bunch of models and make your own assemblies? I don't know. Not that I have been frequenting places where toys are sold frequently, but I don't think I have seen that in a while. And I already have several sets I need to get before I get more. Ah, so you've got a bunch that you still need to build before you go into new ones. That is fair, that is fair. I know you can order a pack of bricks from their website, and there's still stuff like generic kits and non-tie and stuff, but growing up, all our bricks were from when the models eventually broke. Oh, wow. Yeah. Now, I think my set that I had as a kid was probably one of the default bag of bricks type stuff, because there weren't weird pieces. There weren't weird pieces. So, I don't know. I think that just tells you how long it's been since I have built a thing. Like, I've looked at model making for years and years and years and thought, it looks fun. But what do you do with it afterwards? What do you do after you've built it? And I don't really have display space for a lot of stuff. Like, I've currently got my very sparse collection of plushies, half of which are still from my childhood, stuffed into my bookshelf along with my other books. I've actually got very little in the line of aesthetic stuff in my room. There are new sets that strongly encourage building something not in the instructions. That is good to know. That is good to know. Like, it would be cool if they snuck a couple of bricks in the box that specifically don't go in the model. The model topples, then build it again. That's the beauty of the Lego. Yeah, that is indeed. That is indeed. Okay, I think I've got the sketchy sketch part done. Now it's time to do the coloring part. So to start with, we're going to block out everything that is outside of our character. Okay, that looks like everything. Cool. And now we're going to expand by 1, invert, and I'm gonna quickly grab that color and use that to fill. Just give ourselves a base to work with. Save. And coffee. But yeah, it would be nice if they threw a couple of extra bricks in the box that are specifically not part of the model. Because then you've just got these random bricks that they don't fit anywhere, so what are you supposed to do with them, aside from build something that's not in the instructions? That would be... If I were part of the marketing department, which I hope I never am, because I suck at marketing stuff, that is what I would do. If I wanted to encourage that sort of behavior. Of course, that is the sort of thing that would get the accountants all very, very upset with me because it eats into profit margins. But that's what I do. They usually throw in extras, but a second bag of random parts, I play that gotcha. Ah, nice. Yeah, that's the sort of gotcha that would be pleasant. One last little error I've got to repair. That. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with grabbing flats and going like that. There we go. Do-do-do-do. Is this... Oh no, that's actually pure black. Eric, that's pure black. I need to do something slightly off 100% pure black. So let's go make that 10. That'll do. There we go. Clean up this corner again. There we go. I don't know about others, but I do sometimes get a set or two just for the parts it has and not for the model in the box. That is valid. That is valid. I mean, if you're aiming for random pieces, I guess going for a couple of random cheaper sets should do the trick. And if they've got painting on them that you don't want, hey, that's what acetone exists for. Or, yeah, acetone. So, I've currently got house guests that I have not greeted. Whoopsie. But they brought cake and, well, cake? Is it cake? Oh yes, it's carrot cake. And my brother just delivered a slice. Carrot cake. It's been a while since I've had carrot cake. Yeah. And considering that I have not actually had lunch today, it is going to be an absolute treat. Now I'd get the big sets just to stockpile pieces for later use when getting the parts I need in the moment. Oh, that is devious. House guests bearing cake, those are some good guests, yes. Yes. Now, they are old friends of the family. a recently married couple. But old friends of the family. I think they're actually going to be moving to somewhere within somewhere within 200 kilometers of me now in the relatively near future. As opposed to where they currently reside more than 600 kilometers away from me. And fresh coffee was delivered. Yay! I am going to indulge in a bite because now I can smell it. Just a second. Okay, that is so soft and fresh and fluffy. I don't think I've ever eaten a carrot cake this fresh before. I am shook. I am shook. This is good. This is very good. Please excuse me for a moment. Very good. But now it is gone. That was a treat. That was a treat. Okay, and then here again. Alright. Save button. Okay, now, to determine what material we're making this table and chair out of. So, the chair I'm thinking is gonna be a grey plastic. And the table I'll get back to the table. Let me add a new layer for the skin. We're tabling the table for later. Yes, indeed, we are. I'm just gonna hide the base for a moment. And that looks like just about everything. And the next layer up is going to be for hair. And I'm going to hide both of those. Clear it. Hide the eyes layer. Sai, hello, welcome in. Hello from the field, just a quick pop in probably, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for dropping by, Sai, we appreciate it a lot. Yes, we are doing good. We are being productive. We are doing commission work. Woo! And so far, it's going pretty well. How long have we been working on this thing now? Hour and a half? According to the document, close to 2 hours, but that includes what we were doing pre stream, which was just making sure that it was good for going into the next step. So yeah, we've been having a pretty productive last while. Talking about Lego. And the woes of how expensive it's gotten. Wow. Lego? Ah, man, I grew up on those. And Transformers. Yeah. No, I think it is a fundamental part of a lot of our childhoods, collectively. It's what kids played with before iPads. Scary to think, huh? Now that I think of it, I don't actually know if it's more adults buying Lego for kids or adults buying Lego for adults anymore because of just how the times have changed. I've taken Lego from my childhood into my adulthood. It's become my creative outlet, so to speak. That's a constructive way of keeping the hobby alive. I mean, it is designed to be a creative tool, so I think the creators would be happy to know that a lot of people actually using it that way. And what was that cool thing I saw a couple of weeks ago? Was it the first Metal Gear game? Where all of the camera angles were for the game were boarded out using Lego and a handycam to figure out, okay, this is where we're going to move the cameras for the game. Spotted that a while ago, and I thought that was really, really cool. That it's used for that sort of prototyping as well. I remember that, it was so cool, yeah. I thought that it was a very clever way of figuring things out. It's not entirely dissimilar to how they animate fire in stop motion with fluffed cotton and lights. I love how old games use practical models to prototype the games. Yes. I mean, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Save button. Oh, man. For someone who doesn't play a lot of games myself, I adore game development as a creative field. Also not something I've dabbled in myself because I just don't have a concept that I want to build. But like, I get excited looking at how people achieve cool stuff. I get really excited looking at, this is how they solved the problem, this is how they approached a problem that they wanted to do. Obviously, all of the cool world building and stuff that goes into it. Games as an art form are really, really cool. I remember old Fallout games. It was easier and cheaper to make clay models and record claymation for the close-up talking heads instead of animating it. Oh, wow. You know, I can believe that. I can believe that. Okay, we are slowly but certainly getting there. Actually, undo. I want to go to the base layer, use that to fold that so that I can see what I've cut and what I haven't cut. Then I want to go back to the skin layer, come over here. Remove all of that information. Then by the base, we're going to grab our white, then a mouth interior color, and then tongue color. There we go. Save button. Black Hog, hello, welcome in. We are doing some commission art quickly, and it's going well. We've got Lego that we are drawing and molding, and we're now going to start coloring it, so that's where we're at present. Tweet. And this is just a sketch, so we are not trying to be desperately detailed. All right, then next one down is like that. Like that. And then you again. There we are. Grab that color. And over here, this is gonna be mostly this color. Let's actually go over here, lock. All right, and then here, let's throw in a couple of random yellow blocks as well. There we go. That should do the trick. And now let's hide our inks and hide those two. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab like that, and then I'm going to go let's not close gap and not go apply it only. And let's go invert selected, copy, paste. Now that should be every color except that light gray, yes, which we're now going to grab. And put that in there. There we go. Now this slot, if I select pure black and fill, okay, so now we just need to fill in the table and the box. So the booklet, yeah, the teeth went black because the difference in color between the light gray and this off-white that I used for the teeth was just so small that it recognized it as the same color. But the reason why I fold the base in black is so that if there's any residual gaps between the color and the line art layer, that the black base fill, which is literally everything outside of the lines for our character and the table and so on, is transparent, and everything inside those lines is opaque. And it's not dependent on the full colors to make sure that there's no gaps. Now over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to make a little gradient, foreground to background, and that's going to go other way around, like that. There we go. Let's go add glow. There we go. Now for the interior of the box, it's probably not going to be white card. What color is the inside of the cardboard they use these days? Do they use card that's double-sided or single-sided? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to err to the side of thinking they're going to probably use a single-sided card. Which means that the interior should have a more typically cardboard color. Okay. Now, now the only thing left is gonna be the table, so I'm gonna start with that, make it a little bit lighter, make it a little bit grayer. A very predictable, approximately table colored. It could be an anything material. So I don't know if you can see the difference on your guys' side when I haven't got the base full layer, which is the black full, that looks like that, and without. But between that which is without and that which is with, there is a distinct difference. Tables made out of table, yes. So it's an approximately tablish table. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Now, last little detail that I need to sort out is over here. Hide our inks. Grab that. Back to normal on there. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we've got to add eye detail. And I'm going to make a folder for this and call this one eyes. And I'm just going to hide the skin for a second. Make the base slightly less opaque so that I can see what I'm doing over here. Lock that opacity. Grab you. And the next one up. Now, I'm going to need to be very careful to not forget the scar that still needs to get drawn in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start using this one as a base just so that I can see what I've got and what I haven't got. Then over here, I'm going to lock that opacity. All right. And then what I'm going to do is on top of this, I'm going to add a multiply layer, like that. Not that brush. That one. There we go, and now lashes. Now I've just spotted an error that I'm going to quickly remedy. Over here, cut those. There we go. So, lashes. Okay, and then with that, what we can do is we can start our rough shading pass. So this gets a multiply layer clipped onto it, and we go to that, this brush, make it nice and big, and we start roughing this in. I know I've still got to add the detail to the jacket. I'm doing this very, very roughly because I'm trying my level best to not be too perfectionist about this, because I know that that's a trap that I'd have a tendency to fall into. Which is not the point of a sketch. So, and we're going to add another multiply layer. And up here we're going to remove some of there. And save button and copy. Okay. So now the details that we still need to add are the lighter stripes on the jacket and the scar on the eye, and then it's the shading on the other two sections. So let's start with the skin shading. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab that color. Wait, am I being dumb? Am I being dumb? I was potentially about to be dumb. Where is my mouse? There is my mouse. Okay. Okay, then. Yeah. Like that. we go. That'll do, that'll do. Okay, now here. Lock that. And we're gonna go clip, multiply. We're gonna go the darker one because otherwise it's not gonna show up. Yep. There we are, that's that. Now we need another layer, and that's going to be a glow layer. And that needs to clip down. Alright, now back to the multiply layer and slightly smaller brush. Up here. Okay. Let us check. I think that's almost it. It's almost it. Let's just add a highlight layer for these pieces of Lego as well. Because they're going to be somewhat shiny. Okay. I think we are just about there. Save button. So now it's literally just the detail on the jacket and then the eye scar, and then we are done. So add another one. Okay. Save. And now on the skin layer, I'm going to add multiply. Add that. Grab the inks. There we go. Hide those two. Okay, now that. There we go. Alright. And there we are. I think that's it. I think that covers it. Total working time 2 hours 40 minutes. I'm happy to call that done. Zany, do you want to give it a look over and see if you are happy? Save button. Coffee. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Like, as far as sketches go, this has actually been a pretty complicated one courtesy of the bricks, but this was fun. Zany has a nice, very interesting character design, so yeah. It's got enough interest in enough of the right places to make it quite fun. Zany, are you still lurking? Or do I need to drop in? Yay! I take that as a happiness. I take that as happiness. If so, yay. Oh. Yes, very yay. Awesome. I will then export this after stream and send it through to you as soon as I'm off stream. But I still have a little bit of work to do on other stuff as well. So the idea was that after finishing this sketch, which we have now accomplished, yay! Success! Victory! I was gonna jump into doing some emote work because I need to do a bit of that with some semblance of... I've got so much to do in terms of branding myself and all of that nonsense, and I can't stand it. But so my goal was to do some emotes now for the Discord server, and I'm debating whether I'm actually going to do that or if I should be coming up with animations to play on alerts when events happen here. So little alert animations or something. I don't know. Not that I know what I'd want to do with alert animations yet. I'm debating with myself and I don't know where to start. You know when you've got a to-do list that's too long and you stare at it knowing that you've got to do all of it, but it's all so much that you don't know where to begin? Yeah, that's currently where I'm sitting when it comes to drawing art of me. It's a little suffocating. Woo. But yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. I'm going to close the references. The paralysis, yeah. The task paralysis is not fun. I'm just checking on my server quickly. Settings. I have more than I thought, but I have less than I need done out of the emotes. More than I thought, but less than I need. Okay. I'm just checking quickly. Over here. Yeah. Okay. Open here. Large icons. Let's see. This one I'm probably going to use a bit, so let's start with this one. I'm gonna just put this over to the side so that you can see what's happening there, because I don't really want to minimize it. Okay, so now we're going to go here. And now something like that. And trim here. And Merge down. Begone with that. Begone with that. Begone with that. Okay. And then hide the shading layer. Full scale by 2. Hide the eyes. And then green goes there and there. It's fast, but it's annoying to need to do emotes. Wait. So this one is that color. Those are that color. Those are that color. Those are that color. Okay. Edit, tonal correction, brightness, contrast, brightness up, contrast up, brightness up, contrast up. Okay, edit, brightness to opacity, there we go. Here, full. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this. File, save, and I'm actually going to remove this nose shadow there because I don't want it. Save. First one of that madness. What are the settings that I use for these? Properties, details, 300 by 300. Okay, output size, 300 by 300. Actually, export PNG. Get rid of the white in the back. Okay, save. Madness. That's one done, but I do not actually have the motivation to do another one right now. Yay, we finished! It went well. I tried to do something else, it did not go so well, so I cut that out of the video. Bot Squad, I appreciate you. Lurkers, I appreciate you. Rest well when you get to it, and until next time. Cheery bye!